There are 8 required pages in the package. You can glean all the information you need in a minute or so. Review each team's package before the team begins its presentation. The vision statement tells you what the students are trying to accomplish. The 4 financial model worksheets tell you what they've done. The team photograph, site plan photo, and site plan drawing will help you recall each team and their physical plan during deliberations. The vision statement should tell you the look, feel, behaviors, and outcomes this developer is trying to create in his project. Here is a terrific example from a high school team. The Elmwood district will reflect the historic heritage of the old Elmwood and recapture the feeling of a small town in a big city that it once had. It will be an economically diverse and vibrant neighborhood in which residents, workers, and visitors come to eat, work, shop, play, and congregate for civic activity. It will bring together the intellectual capital of the university and the business resources and talents of Central Business District to create a dynamic economic environment. What types of uses would you look for in their plan after reading that vision statement? Where would you expect to see them? When you look at a team's physical model, ask yourself how well it realizes their vision. Did they build uses that will create the feel, the behaviors, the outcomes? What about the placement of these products, the amount? In their oral presentation, did they describe appropriate tenant targets and nonprofit/community uses? You will see teams whose physical plan doesn't align with their vision, as in this example. Challenge them.
Ms. DiMartini, you're the site planner, and I've read your vision statement. And what you've described is a very pedestrian-friendly program. What I see here is not pedestrian-friendly. If anything, it's a high-density environment, much more auto-friendly.
This site planner acknowledges the inconsistency and tosses the problem to her financial analyst, who gives a convincing response.
Councilmember Dishnica, I understand, and our financial analyst, Mr. Cerusi, may have been a little aggressive in trying to raise the tax revenue as high as possible, but we could work with you and increase retail or housing to make it fit the way you see a good plan for Elmwood.
And if I can just add something, obviously we have a lot of office space, and I've tested many scenarios where we can reduce the office space and replace it with retail, which will make it much more pedestrian friendly, and we're still left with a great rate of return, so we can work with that.
You should find the vision statement on the first page of your package. You'll spend the rest of your time with these 4 pages from the financial plan. The summary sheet is a comprehensive snapshot of the developer's proposal. Once you've worked with UrbanPlan a while, this data will jump from the page for you. We'll go through it slowly here. Remember, if the student's oral claims conflict with the numbers on the spreadsheet, you cannot confirm their claims. They will not be your winning team. Start on the right side of the page with the financial performance box. The market value tells you the total size of the project. When you see a dollar amount in absorption adjustment, you know that this team has overbuilt the market with some product type. Developer profit reflects the dollar profit on the project. Rate of return tells you how well this developer is doing compared to the threshold rate of 15%. Don't get dazzled by percentages alone. Remember to look at the size of the project and dollar profit. According to the RFP, the city wants this project to create skilled and entry-level jobs. Here is where you find these numbers, or confirm the job creation claims made by the students. Has this proposal generated enough net tax revenue to meet the city's threshold return? Check the 10-year city return box. If the number is 0 or above, it has. How much affordable housing has this developer built? This box shows you the percent of affordable units. You will find the actual number of units built on the left side of this summary sheet. We'll look at that in a minute. Did the students build parks, sports fields, or skate parks? This box tells you. The left side of the summary sheet captures the total amount of each product type in the proposal. How many affordable and market rate units did this developer build? What type of products? Is there a homeless shelter in this project? Did they build a new one or rehab the Phoenix Hotel shelter? Just look at the homeless shelter line. Look further. Did they build a Q-Mart, a grocery store? Make sure the physical plan reflects what they've told the computer. What existing buildings did this development team keep? What uses did they put in them? Look carefully at the office, retail, and community facility section. You will see what buildings the students rehabbed and exactly how many square feet of each use the team allocated in each building. When you see a mix of uses in a building, you know you can ask questions about the specific nonprofits, retailers, and office tenants. For example, have they identified retailers or office users that would benefit from being in the same building as a daycare center, a police substation, a teen center, or computer center? Have they thought about this? If they built a massive amount of community or nonprofit space, can they explain exactly what will fill that space? What impact will it have on the street scene and their vision?
Regarding the York Dry Goods building, you're using 50% of it for nonprofit space, I believe. Can you please tell us who's going to use that space and how much they're going to use of that?
Certainly. One of the main people we wanted to use this space for was the Pro Arts program, and we thought that they were requesting some studio space since they were displaced by the changing of the community, and we thought this would be a perfect location for them to, they could even hold art classes, do anything like that, and that would only take up maybe half of this building around there. And we were also thinking that since it also is in close proximity to the homeless shelter, you could even have a drug rehab center in that same building.
Did they select uses that the city supports or that the neighborhood groups want? What impact will it have on the street scene and their vision? Are the uses compatible with the retail and office in the building?
All right, so we're clear on that then. But what happened to the things, the city's interested and willing to subsidize some of the other community benefits that the neighbors have asked for and that we have seen as city council members there's a demand for. We're missing a teen center, the senior center, the police substation. Can you address those?
The residential and historic use sheet gives you a different view of the affordable housing and adaptive reuse decisions in this plan. If the developer tells you that they have rehabbed the Phoenix Hotel, make sure the words rehabbed appear on the sheet. If you see demolished, they forgot to tell the computer they were saving the building. All the summary data will be inaccurate. Also, make sure they haven't exceeded 30% retail in any of these adaptive reuse buildings. How did the city council members in the earlier examples know that the developers had overbuilt the market on retail? Since overbuilding has economic consequences and can impact the street feel of the project, especially with retail, this is critical information. Look at the years to absorb column on the market sheet. If you see any number above 3, the developer has overbuilt the market for that use. Did this developer overbuild any uses? If so, what ones? To see the economic consequences of any overbuilding, turn to the last spreadsheet page, Value. Look down the Absorption Adjustment column. If a developer overbuilds, there will be a number in this column. This developer took a hit to the bottom line for overbuilding low-rise office. Armed with this information, you know what to look for, what to listen for, and have ideas for follow-up questions.